Polka Dots and Moonbeams, the Bob Dylan version, capo on the 3rd fret. I'm going to talk fast because there's a lot of things to go through. Please revert back if you have to. Capo on the 3rd fret. Did I say that already? I don't know. There's going to be 4 parts of the intro. Best way to describe it is as that. So, first part, second part, and the 4th part are going to be the same. The 3rd part, 3rd phrase of it, I should say, it's going to take a half step down. I didn't know how to tab that out. Got someone to tab it out for me, and he also did the 4th part for us, which should be the same as the first 2, but I will talk about the way I'm playing the first 2 parts, because it's a little bit different of how the tab looks. So what I'm hearing, the first part, we're going to call out the actual fret numbers here, so 7th fret, there it is. Nothing relative to the capo, but keep the capo on for the intro, because the chord part's going to help us out later. So for the intro, I'm first hearing 7D, 7G, 7B all at once, like a bar chord, very quickly. You can hear that, I think, pretty well. And for this part, a lot of times, too, I think we can find the hot spots, and you can kind of put it together while you're hearing it. I have, for the intro part here, only D and G strings. I have 7 to 9 on the D, and then on the G string, I have 6, 7, 9, 11, 14. And then walking back down, 11, 9, 7, 6, ending on that 6. Kind of all together. It's not going to sound great because I'm not in time, but it kind of sounds something like this. That's kind of like the first part. Second part is pretty much almost the same. I think he climbs up to a 16 on the G. And then to a 14. I wrote down 12G for some reason. I don't know if that's going to be right. But for that last second phrase there, they end on this 9G. And that's right before this part. You can probably figure out eventually, but it's going on the G string 7 to 9 a lot. So 7 to 9 a lot, and then 11 a few times, 9, 7, 4. Then this part here, I couldn't figure out the best way to do it. I was sliding from 7 to 9 on the D. And I just did it again. I slid. I didn't know the best way to do that. But we have the tab that's going to help us figure out that very last part. So there it is for you. I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to play the 3rd section of this song because it's going to be a long lesson. So there's a tab. That's all I have to say about that. For the chords, we're just going to say making the chords into a 7th chord. It's going to sound pretty nice for a lot of these, especially on the G. I'm just playing them straight. So to save on time, it's going to go right to it. So we have country dance was being held in the garden. I felt a bump and hold beg your pardon. Suddenly I saw polka dots and moonbeams all around a pug-nosed dream. The music. Right, so that's going to be the first block of chords there. The one part that we will call out to your attention is this F minor. It's kind of like this mini bar here, right? All on the 1st fret. This time relative to the capo. But really the 4th fret. Anyways, there it is. It's going to be the 1, 2, and 3 strings, just all barred. That's the best way I can kind of hear it and make it happen on the guitar for us. So that's that. The second block of chords is going to be pretty much the same, except for the last line here. They go to a B chord, and then they kind of change things up going forward, and then they do revert back after it, but we'll play the last line here. Polka dots and moonbeams sparkled on a pug-nosed dream. There were questions in the eyes of all the dancers as we floated around on the floor. There were questions, how all the answers, and perhaps a few things more. So once they hit that G, yeah, you can kind of hear it turn back into that C that we started with. This part, tried the best I could. really, I think like the middle two chords are like kind of hard to hear, and not really sure if I'm even doing it right, but I think that's like the best way we can get it, get the whole sound of it. Please experiment if you have to, if that sounds just like totally wrong. So we end on that G there, and then it goes back to that C, and then it's going to be the same stuff as we did in the beginning for the chords. This time on the very last line here, we have this G, and they're like waiting for this C. And then at the very end, we have a B flat. And then you're going to hear two sounds on this last C chord. I think the first one is something like this. It's like a bar chord, but only your ring finger is on this G string here. And then the second one you hear, I'm pretty sure about this one, is like a mini bar chord on the 11th fret here. That one I can hear pretty clearly. So that's that. Yeah, I'll do the last line here. Polka dots and moonbeams when I kiss a pug nose dream. B flat, the weird C. Last time. So there it is. Hopefully that helped out. 6.5 minutes. That's not too bad. Yeah, that's all I got. Please revert back and let me know if you have any questions or if the Dropbox link to the tab doesn't work. And that's that.